Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a time in every person's life when they must stand at the crossroads of forgiveness and self-preservation. Relationships are the essence of human connection, but not every bond deserves endless chances. Some actions cross lines so fundamental that a second chance would be a betrayal not of them, but of yourself. Consider trust, the cornerstone of any relationship. If your partner has shattered it through betrayal, be it infidelity, theft, or the deliberate breaking of promises, you must ask yourself, how can you rebuild a home on a crumbled foundation? Trust is not a gift given lightly once broken. It often leaves behind cracks that no amount of effort can fill. Then there is dishonesty. Not the small, human lies we tell to shield feelings or brighten moments, but chronic deceit manipulations that make you question reality itself. A partner who lies repeatedly, who twists truths to suit their needs, is not your ally, but a saboteur. They erode the essence of love, mutual respect, and transparency. And what of abuse? A relationship marred by physical blows, cutting words, or silent but calculated cruelty is a prison, not a partnership. Love is never meant to hurt, never meant to leave scars. To give another chance to someone who thrives on your pain is to chain yourself to their cruelty. Lastly, a true partner lifts you up. They champion your growth, your dreams, your aspirations. But if they sabotage your success, belittle your ambitions, or make you feel smaller to satisfy their ego, they do not love you. They fear your light. So I say to you, guard your heart. Forgiveness is noble, yes, but it must never come at the expense of your self-worth. If your partner has crossed these lines, do not give them another chance to do so. Walk away not in anger, but in wisdom. Trust is the foundation of every meaningful relationship. It is the silent agreement, the invisible thread that binds two people together, ensuring that their connection is grounded in safety and mutual respect. When trust is broken, it's not just a mistake, it's an act that shakes the very core of what makes a relationship strong. Trust isn't something easily given, it's built over time through shared experiences, honesty, and vulnerability. To betray that trust is to take a sledgehammer to everything you've created together. Betrayal can take many forms: infidelity, secrets, or even a breach of emotional intimacy. Whatever shape it takes, the aftermath is often devastating. It's not just the act itself that causes pain, but the ripple effect it creates. Suddenly, the moments you thought were genuine become suspect. Was that smile real? Did those words mean what you thought they did? The security you once felt is replaced by a gnawing doubt that eats away at your peace of mind. When someone betrays you, they are making a conscious decision to prioritize their desires, their impulses, or their interests over the sanctity of your bond. It's not an accident, it's a choice. And that choice reveals something fundamental about their character. Someone who can betray the person they claim to love demonstrates a lack of respect not just for you, but for the relationship itself. Rebuilding trust after betrayal is often compared to piecing together a shattered vase. Even if you manage to glue the pieces back together, the cracks remain. They are a constant reminder of what was broken. And while it's possible to forgive, the question you must ask yourself is whether you can ever truly forget. Every late-night text, every unexplained absence, every moment of vulnerability becomes a potential trigger, pulling you back into a spiral of doubt and fear. But perhaps the most damaging aspect of betrayal is what it does to your sense of self. When someone betrays your trust, it can leave you questioning your own judgment. How did you not see it coming? Were you foolish to trust them in the first place? This erosion of self-confidence can linger long after the relationship has ended, affecting how you approach future connections and how you see yourself in the world. Trust is not just about loyalty, it's about creating a space where both partners feel safe to be their true selves. When that trust is betrayed, it's as if the foundation of your home has been swept away, leaving you standing in a place that no longer feels familiar or secure. And while it's tempting to believe that love can conquer all, the truth is that love without trust is like a ship without a rudder. It will drift aimlessly, eventually sinking under the weight of unresolved pain and doubt. When someone betrays you, it's important to recognize the depth of the wound they've inflicted. It's not just about what they did, it's about what they've shown you about their capacity to honor your heart. Giving them another chance might seem like the noble thing to do. But at what cost? Trust, once broken, rarely returns to its original state. It remains fragile, susceptible to the slightest pressure. True love is built on a foundation of trust, and when that foundation is irreparably cracked, it's often better to walk away. Not because you don't care, but because you care enough about yourself to recognize that you deserve more. Dishonesty corrodes relationships in a way that is both insidious and relentless. At its core, a relationship thrives on mutual understanding and authenticity, two things that cannot coexist with chronic deceit. While everyone may falter occasionally, a partner who consistently lies or distorts the truth reveals a fundamental lack of respect, both for the relationship and for the person they claim to care about. Chronic dishonesty is not merely about the lies themselves, but the pattern of behavior it creates, eroding trust, stability, and emotional safety over time. The harm caused by constant dishonesty is multifaceted. At first, the lies may seem small, trivial omissions, harmless fabrications meant to avoid conflict or discomfort. But over time, these lies compound, and their cumulative weight becomes unbearable. The very fabric of the relationship begins to fray, as one partner starts questioning everything they once believed to be true. Was that heartfelt compliment genuine? Were those plans made in good faith? Dishonesty doesn't just distort the facts, it distorts reality itself, leaving the other partner adrift in a sea of doubt and confusion. A dishonest partner robs you of the ability to trust your instincts. When you discover a lie, it forces you to question not just the deceit, but your own perception. Did you overlook signs? Were you too trusting? This self-doubt can be as damaging as the lies themselves, undermining your confidence and sense of judgment. Chronic dishonesty creates a toxic dynamic where you are constantly second-guessing your partner's words and motives, turning what should be a source of comfort into a source of anxiety. The motives behind chronic dishonesty can vary, but they often boil down to selfishness. Whether it's lying to cover up mistakes, manipulating the truth for personal gain, or withholding information to maintain control, the common thread is a disregard for the feelings and needs of the other person. A partner who lies repeatedly prioritizes their own convenience or comfort over the integrity of the relationship, showing a clear lack of commitment to its health and longevity. Perhaps the most damaging aspect of chronic dishonesty is the emotional toll it takes. Lies have a way of compounding, requiring further deceit to cover the initial untruths. Over time, this web of falsehoods becomes nearly impossible to untangle. For the person on the receiving end, it's a cycle of discovery, confrontation, and temporary resolution, only to be blindsided by another revelation down the road. This pattern creates an emotional roller coaster that leaves you drained, disoriented, and constantly on edge. What makes chronic dishonesty particularly insidious is its ability to masquerade as something less harmful. A dishonest partner might justify their lies, claiming they were trying to protect you or avoid unnecessary conflict. But these excuses only serve to mask the deeper issue of fundamental unwillingness to engage with the relationship in an open, honest, and respectful way. Trust is not built on half-truths or omissions, it requires complete transparency, even when the truth is difficult to hear. Over time, chronic dishonesty erodes the emotional connection that forms the heart of any relationship. Intimacy thrives on vulnerability, on the ability to share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences without fear of judgment or betrayal. A dishonest partner, however, creates a barrier to this kind of intimacy. Their lies become walls that separate you, making it impossible to fully connect. You may find yourself holding back, unwilling to share your own truths for fear they will be met with more deception. Walking away from someone who is chronically dishonest is not an easy decision. You may hope that they can change, that the lies will stop if you just give them one more chance. But the truth is, dishonesty is rarely an isolated behavior. It's a reflection of deeper issues, perhaps insecurity, selfishness, or a lack of accountability that are unlikely to be resolved without significant effort and self-awareness on their part. In the end, staying with a chronically dishonest partner means sacrificing your own peace of mind and emotional well-being. You deserve a relationship built on trust, where you can feel secure in the knowledge that your partner values honesty as much as you do. Anything less is not love, it's a compromise that comes at far too great a cost. Abuse, in any form, is the ultimate betrayal of love, trust, and respect. It is a devastating reality that no one should ever have to endure in a relationship. Abuse is not confined to physical violence. It can manifest emotionally, verbally, psychologically, and even financially. Regardless of the form it takes, abuse is a clear violation of the safety and dignity that every person deserves. It is a fundamental breach of what a partnership is meant to be: a safe haven, a source of mutual support, and a foundation for growth. Physical abuse is perhaps the most visible and widely recognized form of abuse. It involves acts of violence that leave scars not only on the body but also on the spirit. Bruises heal, but the emotional and psychological wounds inflicted by physical abuse can linger for years, creating a lasting sense of fear, helplessness, and vulnerability. A partner who resorts to physical aggression demonstrates a profound disregard for the sanctity of your well-being. No apology or promise of change can erase the fact that they chose violence as a means to exert control or express their emotions. Emotional and verbal abuse, while less visible, can be equally destructive. These forms of abuse often involve relentless criticism, belittling, and manipulation designed to undermine your confidence and sense of self-worth. An emotionally abusive partner may use words as weapons, turning your vulnerabilities against you or gaslighting you into doubting your own perceptions. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem to the point where you feel trapped, incapable of leaving, or even believing you deserve such treatment. Psychological abuse takes manipulation to a deeper level. It involves tactics designed to control your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, often making you feel isolated and dependent on the abuser. This can include subtle but insidious actions like withholding affection as punishment, controlling your social interactions, or creating an environment where you constantly feel on edge, unsure of what will trigger the next outburst. Psychological abuse is about dominance and control, and it chips away at your sense of autonomy and individuality. Financial abuse is another form of control that is less talked about but equally damaging. It occurs when a partner manipulates or restricts your access to financial resources, leaving you dependent on them for basic needs. This type of abuse is particularly insidious because it creates practical barriers to leaving the relationship, forcing you to stay in a harmful situation due to a lack of resources or options. What all these forms of abuse have in common is the underlying intent to dominate, control, and demean. Abuse is not about love, passion, or even anger. It is about power. An abusive partner seeks to assert dominance by making you feel small, powerless, and trapped. They exploit your vulnerabilities and twist the dynamics of the relationship to suit their needs, with no regard for your well-being. The impact of abuse extends far beyond the relationship itself. It affects your mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and even post-traumatic stress disorder. It can disrupt your ability to trust others, create meaningful connections, or feel safe in your own skin. The effects of abuse often linger long after the relationship has ended, requiring time, effort, and often professional help to heal. It is crucial to understand that abuse is never your fault. Abusers often manipulate their victims into believing they are to blame, that their actions are a response to something you did or failed to do. This is a lie. Abuse is a choice made by the abuser, and it reflects their character, not yours. No one deserves to be mistreated, no matter the circumstances. Leaving an abusive relationship is one of the hardest and most courageous steps a person can take. It requires recognizing the reality of the abuse, overcoming the fear and manipulation that keep you tethered, and seeking the support you need to break free. While the abuser may promise to change, these promises are often empty. True change requires deep self-awareness, accountability, and a commitment to professional help, things that most abusers are unwilling or unable to pursue. You deserve to feel safe, valued, and respected. Abuse of any form is a clear sign that the relationship is toxic and beyond repair. No second chance can undo the harm caused by abuse or erase the patterns of control and disrespect that define such behavior. Walking away is not a sign of weakness but a profound act of self-respect and self-preservation. You owe it to yourself to prioritize your well-being and seek a life free from fear and harm. In a healthy relationship, a partner should be your greatest supporter, someone who celebrates your successes, encourages your ambitions, and stands by you as you pursue your dreams. However, When a partner deliberately sabotages your growth, they reveal their insecurity, jealousy, or selfishness in a way that poisons the foundation of your relationship. This sabotage is a subtle but devastating form of betrayal, as it attacks your ability to thrive and diminishes your potential to become the best version of yourself. Deliberate sabotage can take many forms, ranging from overt actions to covert manipulations. A partner might discourage you from pursuing a promotion, mock your ambitions, or undermine your self-confidence by suggesting you aren't capable of achieving your goals. They may actively interfere with your progress, refusing to support your plans, creating unnecessary distractions, or even sabotaging opportunities you've worked hard to secure. This behavior is not accidental. It's a calculated attempt to keep you from advancing, often because your growth threatens their sense of control or self-worth. One of the most insidious aspects of this sabotage is how it can be disguised as concern or love. A partner might say they don't want you to take that demanding job because it will leave less time for your relationship. They might frame their discouragement of your ambitions as an attempt to protect you from stress or disappointment. While these justifications may seem caring on the surface, they mask a deeper truth: the partner is prioritizing their insecurities over your happiness and growth. The effects of this sabotage are profound and far-reaching. Over time, you may start doubting yourself, internalizing their negativity and believing that your aspirations are unrealistic or unattainable. The constant lack of support can chip away at your motivation, leaving you feeling stuck and unfulfilled. Worse still, this dynamic can create a cycle of dependency, where you begin to feel incapable of succeeding without their approval or assistance, a false narrative that only serves to reinforce their control over you. A partner who deliberately sabotages your growth is not just hindering your potential, they are also demonstrating a lack of respect for who you are as an individual. A loving partner recognizes that your personal growth and happiness are integral to the success of the relationship. They understand that supporting your ambitions doesn't diminish them, but rather strengthens the bond you share. Sabotaging your growth, on the other hand, shows that they view your achievements as a threat rather than a shared triumph. This behavior often stems from deep-seated insecurities or fears. Your success might make them feel inadequate or expose their own lack of ambition. Rather than addressing these feelings, they choose to hold you back, hoping to maintain a dynamic where they feel more comfortable or in control. While it's possible to empathize with their struggles, it's crucial to recognize that their actions are still harmful and unacceptable. Love does not justify stifling someone's potential or forcing them to shrink to make another feel secure. A partner who sabotages your growth also jeopardizes the long-term health of the relationship. A relationship should be a partnership where both individuals grow together, pushing each other to new heights and celebrating each other's achievements. When one person actively works against the other's progress, it creates a toxic imbalance that erodes trust, respect, and mutual support. Over time, resentment builds, and the relationship becomes a source of frustration and limitation, rather than joy and fulfillment. Recognizing this kind of sabotage can be challenging, especially if you deeply care for your partner or believe in their ability to change. However, it's important to evaluate the pattern of behavior objectively. Are they consistently undermining your efforts? Do they belittle your dreams or dismiss your accomplishments? Do their actions or words leave you feeling unsupported, unmotivated, or trapped? These are clear red flags that their behavior is not rooted in love, but in a desire to control or diminish you. No one deserves to have their growth stifled by someone who claims to love them. Your ambitions, talents, and dreams are an essential part of who you are, and any partner who truly loves you will nurture and celebrate these qualities, not seek to suppress them. A relationship where one partner feels compelled to sacrifice their potential for the comfort of the other is not a partnership, it's a prison. Choosing to leave a partner who sabotages your growth is not a decision made out of selfishness, it's an act of self-preservation. You deserve a partner who uplifts you, who sees your success as their own, and who inspires you to reach for the stars. Anything less is not love. It's a limitation you should never accept.